My name's Hannah, and I am originally from Maine in the US, but I've been here in Barcelona for almost 9 years now. And this is my studio. I'm primarily a painter, but I also do mosaic work, trencadís, they call it in Catalan, the Gaudi style mosaics, and a little bit of ceramic and a little bit of sculpture, but mainly painting and murals and mosaics. So, welcome. Here we have some of the mixture of the mosaic with painting, which I've started to experiment with. You can see the different pieces here, and some epoxy resin. Oil paintings. And here I have some more mosaic works, some small crafty things, and then some that are in progress to be also mixed with painting. This is the little corner where I work primarily. So I have my table set up here, and this is where I mix my paints and have all of my materials and everything. And usually the painting that I'm working on at the moment will be on this wall, which is this one. You can see all of the white hasn't been painted yet here. And then this painting I'm also working on this easel. So I usually have a couple things going on at the same time, including this big one, which I'm switching it out for the other one because I'm working on them both at the moment. And then around here is a different type of mosaic. So these are some smaller works. Again, I also do large scale works. So I do mosaic murals, full walls, terraces, and then I also do painted murals. So I'm always kind of switching between the two, as well as doing portrait commissions, pet portraits, and occasionally landscape as well. Really, everything inspires me. My own life experiences, definitely nature. So that's why I have a lot of landscape works. Geometry, you can see that my work is really geometric and colorful. And yeah, I would say the thing that brings me the most joy, let's say, is definitely color. So I love mixing color. I love combining colors if it has to do with mosaics. What I love the most about creating, I think. I grew up in a really rural place, a beautiful area of Maine. You know, you have ocean, you have rocks, you have forest. I actually grew up making art in the woods a lot, like making little houses out of sticks and leaves, and we would call them gnome homes, making houses for gnomes. So I definitely, had a lot of inspiration coming directly from nature. But then as I grew and traveled and lived in other places, I was constantly inspired by just the beauty of the world and all of these different landscapes, all of the different colors that come out naturally in nature, everything from rocks to bodies of water to the different colors of the sky, the different qualities of light. Like, the more that you move around, the more that you see kind of these, the really expansiveness. Also with animals and plants, it's really amazing the colors that come naturally from the earth. And then you get those in pigments, and then now in the materials that we have, then you mix them and you can make endless combinations, which is why I love mixing paint. It's really, really just amazing. The reason why I came to Barcelona was from being inspired by Gaudi because of the geometry, the color in his work, and this connection and resonance with nature for sure. And I even find that I love doing portraits as well, but I like seeing the way that a face has different shapes or fracturing it in different ways like I do. I mean, you can see that in the mosaic, but you can also see it in like a painted portrait that I'm breaking things down into smaller pieces. So actually, my background is as a painter. I did mosaics. I studied mosaics when I came here. I had already done my Bachelor of Fine Art before coming. And so I had been doing some murals and I'd been doing a lot of painting, but I wanted to learn mosaics specifically because looking at my paintings, I thought, oh, my paintings kind of look like mosaics. So I think that structuring, the way that I structure images would translate super easily into mosaic. So this is actually a figure. I made a self-portrait that was, I wanted to make an abstract self-portrait that was my physical body carrying my experiences. So I was thinking about the idea that we're always inside of the landscape wherever we are, but the landscape is also in our mind as we're perceiving it, and all of our memories and all of our everything that we've gone through in our life is also kind of stored in our body. So this one is much more abstracted. The original one I did, you could see a bit more the figure, but you have the head here, 2 arms, the stomach, and the legs that don't go all the way down. It's basically the pelvis and the legs here. And then you have this inverted landscape inside of the stomach, and you have other symbols and things that were representative of my own journeys. Actually, it came out, it's interesting because I'm doing my master's in art therapy right now, but when I first started undergrad when I was 18, I took an introductory to art therapy course because I always thought that it would be something that I wanted to do, basically. And one of the first exercises was draw a self-portrait, and I can't remember what specifically they asked, but for whatever reason it led me to do a drawing. So it wasn't a painting like this, it was just a pen drawing where I drew myself almost like a stick figure, but with all of these orbs of some things relating to Maine, where I grew up, and then New Zealand, which was the next place I had lived, and Turkey as well, and then some other kind of emotional things that I had gone through, my connection to the land, my connection to the city. And I just started drawing all of these things inside because I was thinking, okay, who am I? What is myself? And it was, it came out kind of spontaneously in this exercise. And then I thought, ooh, that would be really interesting to paint. And when I painted it, everything got filled in around it because I wanted myself to be, not only have my experiences inside of the body, but then me being blending into my environment, which is the entire background. So that's why some of these are continuing outside of the body. It's like we're not isolated from our environment, we're actually completely embedded in it. And so that original painting was called Chameleon Woman because I was thinking about the blending into your surroundings and environments as you move through the world with your own experiences that you're carrying. I've lived in a lot of different countries. I love traveling. I've moved around a lot, and it's this sensation of you're always with yourself and you're accumulating all of this experience, but then you're still moving through the world, and you're constantly finding yourself in new situations and new environments and new physical landscapes as well as cultural and emotional and all of this. So it's definitely, a deeper exploration that I continue to actually go deeper with, even though this was one painting that I did, but then it's such an expansive idea, I guess, and as I grow I keep changing, so I could keep doing this self-portrait over and over and over again, and it would continue to change. Yeah, so right now I'm doing a master's in art therapy, as I mentioned, but for me art has always been this, I mean, there's always the side that's therapeutic, but it's also always been this inner investigation. So sometimes I keep repeating the same type of painting or the same style over and over again because I'm still working through it, or I'm still working through some sort of dialogue, or sometimes I really don't even know why, but I'm just called to do it, so I keep doing it. And then new things come out randomly. So I know that this will never end. I'm gonna continue to change and grow. It's just something so beautiful that I want to share with people. So that's really why I'm going down that parallel path as well, because everyone has the ability to create. Everyone is an artist in one way or another, and creative expression is so deeply healing. So I want to just show people that they have the tools to be able to explore that as well.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Helen.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for coming.
Bye bye.